hear that, it scares you to death because these are the kind of things that are an anomaly, but nevertheless are incredibly possible. And so, when you hear about this, anything we've heard about Bronny James, we're thinking about an All-American. We're thinking about somebody that obviously has aspirations of being in the NBA. We've heard the great LeBron James allude to wanting to play. His dream is to play in the NBA with his son, et cetera, et cetera. And all of that gets thrown to the wayside when it comes to something like this because if you know anything about LeBron James, anything at all, you can say whatever you want. People could be critical. People can say whatever they want. But nobody debates what a wonderful, loving father he is.
Nobody should. There's nobody they can debate whether LeBron James is a great father or not. It's just clear to see. His kids adore him. His wife adores him. His family, his friends, the people that love him, they love him with a fervor that is rare, right? And he's got to love his kids. So these kind of situations, when they happen, none of that stuff matters. Playing what? You're not playing nothing. I'm putting you in a bubble. How much did it cost? $1 billion? All right, he's getting one built right now. That's the kind of guy that he just seems like. He just seems like it doesn't. I don't care what it is I've got to do. I'm doing it, right? He seems like that kind of person. And man, these kind of situations, like I've been saying, man, these stories that I've been doing have been super sad because it deals a lot of times with loss. A lot of the stories I bring you a lot of the times, it's like, these fluffy little stories like the Adam 22, his wife getting banged by, but these are like, man, life and death, bordering life and death kind of situations that we've been talking about. So the tone of these stories have been a little different, and I do apologize, but that's just what's that's the situation of what's going on right now. Is a lot of people, for some reason, a lot of celebrities are going through a lot of hard times. A lot of regular people are going through hard times. We're in a pandemic, we're in a recession, so it feels sometimes like bad news is always readily available, and it's just surprising. But with this Bronny situation, the cardiac arrest, it's brought out some very weird people. Every time something happens to someone, right? When the Damar Hamlin situation happened, where he collapsed on the field or heart thing, the new big thing in America is it was the vaccine. And I'm pretty sure the moment I said that word, this video just got demonetized. Like, it's not like this thing was getting monetized anyway, but like, if I do ever make monetization, it's not making nothing on this video just because I said that word. But there are people who, no matter what happens, they're gonna find a conspiracy in anything and everything. That's a lot of the times who the loudest voices are. So there's this guy who's been making his rounds on the interwebs, and here's his theory. And I hate to do this. I hate to platform some of these theories. I hate to do that because all I'm doing is amplifying this useless message that this guy is sending, and it's so dumb. It's so dumb. So let's listen to it. But the problem is, if you try, like, here's my dilemma. If you try to censor this, right? Like, if you try to be like, oh, this guy, try to flag it, or, then you don't adequately have the discussions that are necessary to combat some of these thought processes, some of these false claims and things like that, right? the solution to this kind of content, these kind of people who exist, isn't to essentially try to ban them or try to cancel them or whatever. The solution is to kind of push them on their beliefs and have them kind of answer for it, and then challenge them on those beliefs and try to give them facts that say, hey, like, if that's your information, you're not getting your information in the right place. Here's some actual counterfactual information, and try to talk to them that way. I don't believe in like canceling people, and because there's no real. We've, we've got to live with each other. I think people forget that. Like, we've got one planet. Like, y'all not going to Mars, y'all not going to the moon. We got to live here together. So we're gonna have to get along, and we're gonna have to figure out a way to live together and not be at each other's throats every single day, every 5 seconds. Like, you can have a different belief. You can believe something different. I can tell you your beliefs are wrong and stupid. Like, that's my right as well. So, but I'm not sitting there like, oh my God, you shouldn't exist on a platform.
Man, the word's out. Bronny James suffers cardiac arrest during USC workout in the basketball game. For those unaware, it's the son of LeBron James. Reports coming out about this is he collapsed on the court and lost consciousness. Ambulance came to give him air, rushed him off, put him in intensive care. Certainly, they labeled it a code 3 for the severeness of the emergency. Prayers was given, gave him attention. Now fortunately, he's listed in stable condition. God answers all prayers, regardless how you view LeBron as a basketball player. It's bigger than that. On God, bruh. This a man, a human being, a father. One of the rarest to do it. Displaying a strong black family unit. Giving us hope, giving us pride. So all conspiracy theories aside, like, what's happening? Why so many young athletes just out here collapsing? We seen it get tragic for real. DeMar Hamlin had a heart attack on the field. Very different. Or the sports broadcaster who passed out on live television. Way too much of this. Should we start testing out these sports drinks and these supplements? Is that what create this? Or is it the pressure trying to perform in the shadow of greatness? Trying to give all of itself, ended up over-exhausting itself. What could it be? Is this a direct result of him getting the V? Who knows, but I'm intrigued. Will this damage his chance to go into the league? Since the beginning day, LeBron expressed he wanted to play with his son in the NBA. Even if this went down the drain, end of the day, this is bigger than the game. Since basketball will be stating that prayers assist him as he rebounds from the situation. With love, we all been praying. Get well soon, Bronny James.
It wasn't bad. Like, he was just asking questions, and you can ask him questions, and it is an interesting coincidence, right, that a lot of these people have been suffering from more cardiac arrests than usual, but I do feel like we're dealing with a lot more than usual, right? Like, I would say that if you think about where we are versus what our ancestors or previous predecessors have had to deal with, we're dealing with just as much, if not more, right? They were dealing with the Great Depression. We're dealing with a similar depression, a pandemic to boot, right? We're coming out of a pandemic. The economy hasn't rebounded, right? Interest rates are going up. Like, social media is going crazy. There's a threat of war every 5 days. The politics on the ground are, there's upheaval in most countries. There's France is like, there's a reason human beings are stressed right now, right? Like, and for us to be passing out more and dying more and stuff, like, I don't know if I'm very surprised. Like, I don't know if I'm like, oh, this is out of the normal. Yeah, like, we're overworking ourselves. Like, we're working on average more than our predecessors worked. Men are, women are, right? Like, young kids, the the pressure of school, the pressure of college, the pressure of graduating, the pressure of the workforce. You know, it's a lot to deal with. The modern human being, right? Like, it has our neurons, has our emotional capabilities. Like, I don't even know, how do you chart that? How do we chart our emotional responses to the new stimuli and the new technology and the new changes that are coming to us as a collection, right? Like, as a human race, are we dealing with these things better than we usually do? It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like we're handling the technological change, the technological transformation, the information age, and like, we're not handling it very well, right? There's a lot of kids in therapy now. Like, so I just feel like there's a lot that contributes to some of these situations that seem like conspiracy theories. And yes, they may seem linked, but it's probably linked for more multiple reasons than we think they're linked. And I don't think it's just that they took the jab, you know, and I think it has more to do with our societies right now, and you know, the culture that we've built for ourselves. I feel like that's another factor that needs to be brought in, that, you know, that we don't want to bring in. You know, think about it. Think about what your parents had to go through. You know, what it would have cost your parents to buy a house back then versus what it would have cost you to buy a house right now. Just things that are, I mean, just, it's crazy right now. So, Godspeed to young man. Hopefully he recovers relatively quickly and gets back to the court, playing, doing the thing he loves to do. He's back home with his family now. So, hey, let's hope for the best. All right. It's your boy Ty. It's Contentious Conversations, and peace out.